Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Drama the Prophet, aka Mr. Cut the Check, and welcome back to my channel where I do reactions on multiple stuff. And sometimes we pick up some stuff that come across our way, and it's just like, whoa, wait a minute. Time out, y'all. What's happening here? What's happening? And you know, we here to talk about that Cassie situation and Puff Daddy. And I got a video. I found a video where a guy, he explains it very well, what's going on and everything like that. And we're going to get into that right after the intro. Let's go. Go by Drama the Prophet, aka Mr. Cut the Check. I need y'all to do is hit that subscribe button. Alright. So I skipped through this a little bit, you know, this video, because this guy actually breaks down like another relationship. So what he do is he breaks down a relationship that Puff Daddy was with before and the abuse, and she's also talking in this and talking about the abuse. I am going to put the link to his video in my description so you can also check his video out too, because he explains it a whole lot. We might not even watch the whole video, depend on, you know what I mean? Because I didn't watch everything. I just saw details of it, and I say, yo, let me do the reaction to this, you know? But yeah, this situation is crazy. So let's get into it, y'all.
I have no reason to believe his relationship with Cassie was any different.
Yes.
The controversy.
Yeah.
Diddy and Cassie met in 2005 after he heard her single while in the club. He asked the DJ, yo, whose song is this? They told him who the person was, and he asked to meet the person. Now, Diddy would eventually meet Cassie in 2005, shortly after hearing her song in the club. Now, 10 months later, Cassie was signed a 10-album deal with Bad Boy Records.
Ten albums, y'all. 10 albums? Yo, that's crazy, bro. That right there is like beyond slavery to the label. I mean, we all, already heard it multiple times. You know, Mason said it plenty of times. People said it. You know how Puff Daddy, put people under these contracts. Now he's all of a sudden want to give people they publishing and all this stuff like that. He seemed like he's like doing little things. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's just kind of weird to me. It's kind of weird to me right now, you know. But let's finish.
A 10-album deal is nuts. I don't care what era this is, bro. A 10-album deal is like signing your life away.
Basically.
But Diddy is known for predatory record deals. That's how he made a lot of his money. Now, Cassie at the time was 19 years old, and Diddy was 37 years old.
Woo,
and even though Cassie
19
was his artist, it didn't deter Diddy from getting inappropriate with Cassie. In November 2006, while getting ready for the MTV European Music Award, because Cassie was set to perform with Diddy. Now, at this time, Cassie was 21 years old, and Diddy was, I believe, 39 years old. So while getting ready to perform, her makeup artist was doing her makeup. Now, the makeup artist was Diddy's personal makeup artist. So Diddy instructed the makeup artist to alert Cassie that he was interested in her. When told by the makeup artist that Diddy was interested in her romantically, Cassie was completely grossed out by the idea. She looked at Diddy like an old man because he was almost 20 years older than Cassie.
Yeah,
he was Cassie's artist, and Cassie also had a boyfriend.
You 40, she's 20, 21 at the time. And it's like, yo, come on, bro. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing, bro?
Didn't really look at Diddy like that. But Diddy didn't take no for an answer.
I mean, technically, she's adult, right? 21, but come on, y'all. You know what I mean? Like, come on. You feel me?
You see, on Cassie's 21st birthday in Vegas, Diddy invited himself to her birthday party in Vegas. Now, while at the birthday party with Cassie and her friends, Diddy pulled Cassie into the bathroom and forcibly kissed her. She was horrified.
Oh, wow.
She had a boyfriend, so she felt like it was cheating. Diddy was her record label owner, so she didn't know how to react and what to do. So
just off of that, Cassie, you should have already knew he was the way he was. You feel me? You should have already knew that already. Just off of that. Just off of that.
She confided in her best friend,
right?
Who account of what happened was Cassie ran out to her and started crying, breaking down and letting her know what happened. Cassie felt powerless because Diddy has so much control over her career. She didn't know what to do. Like, do she turn Diddy in and ruin her chance at being a star? So she kept on seeing Diddy. In the fall of 2007, there was an occurrence where Diddy wanted to hang out with Cassie, so she obliged and got into his vehicle. Now, when she got into his vehicle, Diddy handed her a pill. Now, she didn't know what.
Red flag number 2. How many red flags, y'all? Because I counted 2 so far. Red flag number 2. First, you going to pull her in the bathroom and kiss her. Now you handing her red flag number 2. Let's see if she take it.
What the pill was and didn't want to take anything, but Diddy insisted to take the pill. And he kept on insisting, kept on insisting, kept on insisting until she finally took it.
Now, I hear him talking, right? And in my mind, I'm like, how are you getting this information? So I'm going to do some research to myself, right? I'm going to see if I can find this information online or something like that. And I'm going to link the source also down there, along with his video. I do want to put this out right away, so I'm going to do this, put it out, but within a day or 2 or maybe a couple hours, them links will be down there because I'm going to do some research, you know?
He will later find out the pill was ecstasy. That's just an example of how Diddy was crossing lines and just throwing red flags out there really early on into their interaction.
Right.
About a month later, Diddy would invite Cassie to come to Miami with him. Cassie would alert Diddy that she has a boyfriend and couldn't really find an excuse to give her boyfriend to come to Miami, so she couldn't come. But Diddy demanded that she come, and Diddy even went as far as to conjure up a plan to get her boyfriend not to worry. He created a fake flyer, alerted Cassie, yo.
Red flag number 3. What are you doing, bro? You gonna create a fake flyer? A fake flyer. So therefore she could send it to her boyfriend. She wanted to do this. I'm gonna just put this out. At the time of all this stuff like this, she wanted to do this. She wanted to do this. I don't care what nobody say. She wanted to pursue something. Cause I don't care what she wanted to pursue some type of relationship with Diddy. We just gonna put it out there. Brother love, puck that, whatever y'all want to call him. You feel me?
Give him this flyer and let him know that you got booked for an event in Miami, so you have to come. So Cassie, being reluctant, she went to Miami. And it was during this trip where Diddy and Cassie had intercourse and began some form of an intimate relationship. That day will mark the beginning of a 10-year nightmare for Cassie. Today, Cassie filed a $30 million lawsuit against
10 years. They was together
Diddy,
crazy.
Where she documents in great length the abuse that she took at the hands of Diddy. One night in New York City, after a Jay-Z party, Diddy didn't like how Cassie was carrying herself during the Jay-Z party. So when it got back into his Escalade, he began to beat her and kick her and just outright violate her. He wouldn't stop. Now, apparently he got sick and tired of beating her, so he stopped the car in the middle of Fifth Avenue and kicked her out to fend for herself and drove off. Cassie hid in her apartment for 3 days because she was terrified. But eventually she went back to Diddy.
So it's court documentation stating all this stuff. Yeah, we're going to find that. We're going to find that.
Because she felt helpless. But the abuse didn't stop that night. In January 2009, while at a party in LA, Cassie was seen talking to an unidentified music manager. Diddy seen her talking to the music manager, and he literally grabbed her and dragged her out the party in front of witnesses. Now, when they got out the party, he threw her inside of the vehicle and began to beat her up, kicking her. The worst he's ever beaten Cassie ever. He was beating her the entire car ride and didn't stop, even while she was profusely bleeding. He didn't stop until they arrived at their destination, in which they had to open up the vehicle and go inside the building. So when they arrived and the car door opened, Cassie hopped out and tried to run. Diddy chased her down, beat her up some more, dragged her back into his residence. Once he stopped beating...
This sound like a relationship from hell, bro. What was it? What was it in Cassie that Diddy felt like he had to go in like this, bro? Are we serious right now? Like, what's happening at this point?
Beating up Cassie, he realized that she was unrecognizable and that he couldn't just let her go back in public like this or go back to her place and risk being seen by family members and friends. So Diddy put Cassie in a hotel for weeks with a security guard and a bodyguard until she properly healed up. Now, here's the thing. He dragged her out the party where there were witnesses who spoke to the tabloids about it. And when the tabloids published a story about it, Cassie's mother called Diddy, in which Diddy denied it and said it was just a rumor and people were lying. Cassie didn't tell her mom because she didn't really want to concern her mom about her well-being. In 2011, when Cassie and Diddy had a rough patch in their relationship, she had a brief fling with Kid Cudi. Diddy found out about the fling that Cassie had with Kid Cudi by going through her phone. And when he found out, he took a pocket screw, put it between his knuckles, and charged at her with it. Diddy assaulted Cassie before she even had...
What? What? Bruh. Yo. Yo. I don't even know what to say, bro. Like, this guy, something else,
had a chance
man.
to explain herself. He was so enraged, like he just blacked out and wouldn't stop beating her up. Cassie got beaten for what she felt like was hours. Eventually, she was able to escape and went and spent the night at Kid Cudi house. She will leave Kid Cudi house and go back home to her mom in Connecticut, where her parents took pictures of her bruises. After being hounded by Diddy with texts and calls for weeks, Cassie went back to Diddy. Now, she felt as if she had to give in because she felt powerless. Diddy had control of her entire career and life. So when they got back together, things were good for a while. They even went to Fashion Week together in Paris. But while in Fashion Week, Diddy made it perfectly clear to Cassie that he hadn't forgiven Kid Cudi and her for doing what they did, and he was going to teach Kid Cudi a lesson. Diddy alerted Cassie that he was going to blow up Kid Cudi's car at his house, and he was going to do it while Kid Cudi and his friends were home. Cassie thought Diddy was just talking and she was crazy.
And I think that actually happened for real.
Until
I'm about to look that
right
up.
around that time, Kid Cudi's car blew up in his driveway.
Wow.
If you have an hour this week, you can learn a...
Wow. That's crazy right there, bro.
Really early on into their relationship, Diddy would alert Cassie that it was a fantasy of his to see her take another dick. Now, while reluctant at first, she gave in to please Diddy's fantasies. Diddy would begin living out his cuckold fantasies with Cassie by hiring a male escort for their initial cuckold session. He hired a male escort, he instructed everybody to wear masks, and he instructed Cassie to first go down on the male escort. Now, as she went down on him, he began to masturbate and then instruct her and him to do different sex acts that he wanted to see. Diddy became so addicted to these cuckold sessions that he demanded they do it weekly. Diddy was getting obsessed with this. Now, eventually...
Wait a minute.
After the first session, he left it up to Cassie to hire the escort and pick the guy. He just gave her one instruction. When she's finding an escort on these sites, he wanted her to type in big black penis. Cassie would say she had really bad anxiety before these sessions.
Yo, let me tell you something. everybody used to hear so much stuff about Diddy. You know, that he used to do this, and you know that he's dealing with a couple of these guys. There's even rumors about him and Usher. You know, just so many different things, right? That is like, Then you tie this together, right? You tie this, and he's doing, you know, want his girl to look up guys and looking up big black penises. Oh, bro. Yeah. So, with that being said, I feel like the rumors might not be motherfucking rumors no more. I'm just saying.
Because she didn't really want to do it, and she was only doing it to please Diddy, and she felt dirty. But Diddy was aware of her really bad anxiety before each session, and he would give her a bunch of gifts to compensate her for engaging in a sex act with the male escort while he watched. Diddy would call these cuckold sessions freak-offs, and he would give Cassie money and gifts before each session. And because she was essentially being compensated to have sex
not the freak-offs,
with this male escort, she
not the freak-offs,
felt as if she was being sex trafficked.
Yo.
Now, Diddy was so addicted to these
my man had freak-offs.
He wanted it whenever he wanted it, and he didn't want to wait for it. And this will cause some real tension in 2015 when Cassie was in the middle of a surprise birthday party her friends threw for her. Now, Diddy hit her up to leave the birthday party and come do a freak off with him with a male escort. And she said, no, my friends threw me a surprise birthday party. I'm going to stay. So when she stayed, Diddy couldn't take no for an answer. So Diddy came to the birthday party, invited himself, and pulled her out the birthday party and dragged her to a hotel and made her have a freak off with a male escort.
I'm done. Done with the whole story, y'all. All right, let me check out this news clip. I want to check this news clip out, and then we're going to wrap it up. Yo, this situation is crazy. Like, I ain't never heard of no stuff like this. Like, I ain't never, why are we getting Chinese commercials, bro? Like, that's crazy right there. All right, let's check this out. So we got the perspective of, you know, so what he was pretty much doing was he was reading the court documents and stuff like that. So I guess in the court documents is very detailed on what's happening and what's going on. So he pretty much read those and created his own, you know, way of doing the video. He did an awesome job. So now y'all got to understand what's actually going on, what he did, how he did this stuff. Let me check out this news clip here.
Against Sean Diddy Combs, bringing some serious claims against the music mogul brought by his former longtime girlfriend.
Robert Moses keeping an eye on all things this morning. What are you hearing, Robert?
Rosanna and Dan, this suit alleges that some of the abuse occurred here in New York, where Diddy's record label, which employed her, is based. The 35-page suit lays out graphic allegations, all of which, through his attorney, he denies. The R&B singer Cassie, whose legal name is Cassandra Ventura,
I don't know if they're going to cut this out.
she had a years-long relationship, of beating and raping her. Ventura filed her suit, which seeks unspecified damages, yesterday in federal district court in Manhattan. The two met in 2005 when she was 19 and he was 37, and started dating in 2007. After years in silence and darkness, I am finally ready to tell my story and to speak up on behalf of myself and for the benefit of other women who face violence and abuse in their relationships, she said. Combs' attorney, Ben Brathman, responded. For the past 6 months, Mr. Combs has been subjected to Miss Ventura's persistent demand of $30 million under the threat of writing a
6 months? For the past 6 months. Okay.
damaging book about their relationship, which was unequivocally rejected as blatant blackmail, he said. Despite withdrawing her initial threat, Ms. Ventura has now resorted to filing a lawsuit riddled with baseless and outrageous lies, aiming to tarnish Mr. Combs' reputation and seeking a payday. Ventura's lawyer says she turned down Combs' 8-figure offer to silence her and keep her from filing the lawsuit.
8 figures. Wow.
Ventura accuses Combs of plying her with drugs, along with punching, kicking, and stomping her. She says he
That's like 10. That's 10 million, yo. 10, 15, 6, who knows?
forced her to have sex with other men while he pleasured himself and recorded the encounters. Braffman denies Ventura's allegations. In 2018, near the end of their relationship, Ventura accuses Combs of forcing his way into her home in Los Angeles and raping her. Ventura filed her suit under the Adult Survivors Act, a piece of legislation Governor Kathy Hochul signed that allows alleged victims of sexual offenses for which the statute of limitations has expired to file civil suits. The one-year window to file suits expires next week.
Oh, so I mean, she gotta get on the ball. Okay, so I was saying, right, 6 months, right? So we saying 6 months. What happened during these 6 months? So now this is now coming out, right? All this is happening. Obviously, it could be true. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff is happening, right? In these last 6 months, we have seen Puff Daddy drop this album, this Love album, right? Trying to change that image up. His name Brother Love. Change. Is it legal? Maybe his name is legally Brother Love at this point. Not Sean Combs or Puff, none of that. Brother Love, right? He's giving these artists they publishing and all this stuff like that, but they gotta sign NDAs. Let's not forget that, right? And he's just been very clean these last 6 months, doing little stuff to be like, oh, okay, all right, changing things up. So in my mind, I'm sitting here thinking, right? I'm like, maybe he was doing this stuff because he knew this right here was coming back to bite him in his ass. That's my thought on it. Maybe the reason why he was doing his changing and doing little stuff and, Mace going after him. He like, oh no, I don't have no problem with Mace. And, that's my brother. Doing all this stuff is because he knew this right here was coming to bite him in the ass. I could be wrong, but I'm not. You feel me? But listen, it's your boy Drama the Prophet, a.k.a. Mr. Cut the Check. I wanted to get on it. You know what I'm saying? We talk about it. Comment down below what y'all think. What do y'all think? This is still like pretty much new, right? But I want to hear from y'all. I want to hear from my subscribers. Let me know what y'all think about this, all right? I'm out of here. I'll see y'all in the next video. Let's go.